You might not recognize these headphones. These are the headphones I use almost every day, and I've been using almost every day now for 2 or 3 months. I use them when I ride my bikes. Today, I'm talking about how I am selling all of my true wireless headphones, except for 1 or 2 select pairs. Now, these headphones are the Sony WI-C400, and I actually discovered them because of that guy. He had these in the studio, and he used these when he was driving, and he said that they were good. So I was able to find these used on Shopee here in Vietnam for like $17 or $16. They're normally about 45 bucks, 50 bucks. They sound pretty good. Playback controls are good. Microphone is definitely not the greatest, but for what I use these for, which is motorcycle trips, wearing them under my headphones or under my helmet, the headphones are small, they fit in my ears, battery life is good, and the mic is usable. Now, the next thing on this list is a pair of Airpods. These are fake Airpods with the Apple W1 chip, and these serve a very specific purpose, for me at least. If I need to go out and be aware of my environment, or in the studio when they're not doing construction and I want to block that out, these are perfect. They fill a very specific need, which is wanting to have audio without blocking out the external sound and ambiance around you. These feature the in-ear detection, and they have really good controls. Double tap one side, double tap one side to skip the track, double tap the other side to rewind, assistant integration, so I think you triple tap it, and they work like real AirPods do with a real iPhone. When I get my pair of Mi Air 2S headphones, I'm going to be comparing the Mi Air 2S, which is the global variant, on a Xiaomi Mi 9T Pro with the global software, just so that we can kind of see what a global experience would be for the average buyer. If you guys are interested in that, go ahead and click subscribe down below. 94.6% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. Let's try and change that. Now, as an Android user, it's really, really hard to kind of give a fair assessment of the Apple AirPods because I'm not part of the Apple ecosystem, and the ecosystem is largely what makes these so appealing to so many people. But just from an overall like user experience standpoint, this specific model that I have, and I'll try to find it and link it down below for you guys, provides a pretty good experience with above average sound in the familiar AirPods package at like $35. That said, I'm not going to be giving these up anytime soon. They fill a very specific spot in my rotation of headphones. Maybe the Mi Air 2S or Mi Air 2 SE can eclipse that. Only way to know is to wait and find out. Now, the next pair of headphones that I'm keeping is the Weezy BN80, and these are a pair of neckband, dual driver, kind of sport-oriented headphones. This is why I'm keeping them. I most of the time find that neckband style headphones like this are more convenient in like day-to-day life, especially if I have to interact and speak with people, especially if I have to speak with people in Vietnamese. I can't have anything in my ear obstructing me from my second language that I'm trying to speak. Being able to take these out, put them around my neck, means I don't have to worry about losing them or dropping them or misplacing them. They're always right here. On top of that, these things sound phenomenal. Dual driver gives so much bass, so much clarity in the bass, and then so much just kind of space, and the sound stage for them is really, really just, these are some of the best sounding headphones I've ever used. That's why I'm keeping them. And if you guys can see, I've also added, these are the KZ acoustics, but this is the Comply style foam ear tips. And these things stay in my ear surprisingly well. They give me an absolutely phenomenal fit. They have good playback controls. I've used them so much that the playback controls are busted up and I had to glue on the control pad again with like super glue. That's how much I love these headphones. These things, honestly, for the MSRP at like 40 bucks, And I think that the sound quality for them goes well beyond that. Like 12 hours of battery life. If I was traveling or doing some kind of cross globe traveling, which right now none of us are doing, and I had to pick one pair of headphones to bring, it would be these. It would be these kind of for two reasons. One, traveling, I don't want to have to worry about dropping something in transit. The second reason is the fit with these. These are an in-ear design, and because they are not truly wireless headphones, I can put whatever ear tip I want, and I don't have to worry about the ear tips fitting inside the case. That's an issue that I've come up with a couple of times where I have a pair of headphones that might not fit the best, but as soon as I put a pair of Comply tips on them, it totally changes the user experience. They now just also don't fit in the case. So, I would pick these, 14 hours of battery life. They do use micro USB to charge. It is a bit of a bummer, but overall, I think that we are overlooking a lot of really great neckband headphones that might solve a lot of the issues that we currently face. I know I've spoken about these so much, and you guys are probably waiting for what the last pair of headphones I have is. Before we go into my last pair of headphones and the only other pair of true wireless headphones I'm keeping, I want to tell you guys about a little thing I had over on my website about macro photography on the Poco F2 Pro. I've got a bunch of examples of macro photography with this device up there, and if you guys want to go check that out, I'll have a link to it directly in the description. Now, the last and final pair of truly wireless headphones that I'm keeping, basically as I'm selling everything else other than the new ones that I'll be coming in to test with, is the JB's Firefly 2. These headphones have won me over in kind of three distinct areas. The first and foremost is build quality. These things are just built so incredibly well. The actual headphones themselves have been dropped, have been submerged in water, they've been abused, and they work totally fine. They are IPX7 water resistant. And today I had a long Skype call with my family, not Skype call, WhatsApp call. We were talking about what's going on in America. And I was like, hold on, Mom and Dad, I want to go ahead and get my waterproof headphones. I put these headphones in, I hopped in the shower, had a whole conversation with them, totally fine. It is worth noting the microphone on these is just okay. Because they're IPX7 waterproof, they have to have a lot of layers of waterproofing material. So the microphone is where you're going to be giving up a lot on these headphones. Where you're not going to be giving anything up is battery life. About 10 hours of battery life. I've listened to these for like 3.5, 4 hours on end and been down to like 80%. So if you're listening to them on a lower volume, possibly expect over 10 hours of battery life. The case has an extra 20 hours of battery life. So all total, you're looking at about 30 to 34 hours of battery life, which I think is really good. The battery case is a Qi wireless charging case. And let's talk about the sound, because the sound on these is good. It's not the best that I have tried, but it is quite good. The bass is really good. With bigger ear tips, the soundstage is a lot better when it just has like a larger overall area of air to move, which I really like how these feel and like the sound of them. But I don't want to make them like sound like these are like incredible sounding headphones. These are just good sounding headphones. They're durable, and the killer thing that I love about these is the fact that the controls are so intuitive. You double tap one side to skip or reverse, long press to turn up or down the volume, triple tap for assistant, triple tap the other side for transparency mode. I could not ask for a better or more intuitive set of controls on a pair of headphones. The fact that we have the large rubber button makes them incredibly easy to use. So the reason that I've kept these and why these are like my new go-to is that I can use them for an extended period of time without worrying about them like breaking. The sound quality is above average, but more importantly than not, they're a pleasure and a joy to use. And I've been using them now like every day for 2.5 months, and they work totally fine. The plastic of the case has some minor surface level scratches, but it's held up totally fine. It still creaks maybe and feels a little bit cheaper, but the parts don't feel like they're wearing out. I have my magnetic charging cable on the back, even though it is USB-C. And these do feature a quick charge feature. I just want to highlight that, which is great because they're also Qi wireless charging. Okay guys, now to take some of your last comments on the last video. Someone said, you realize that you can buy the organizers that cost less than the basiest stuff and do not require any glue. Guys, with that last video I did, I was just sharing a personal example. I bought just the blank Velcro from Basius, and it was like $2 a meter. And with a little bit of super glue, I now have like a permanent cable management system. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was just kind of a little tip. Blade said that he loved it. Thanks, Blade. And I hope that more people go ahead and join me on Twitter, where we're talking about everything from home screen layouts to headphones to phones that you guys should buy. Till next time, guys, it's been Mitchell. Peace.